In today's brief video, I want to answer a question that's probably been on everyone's mind. And that question is it okay to go back to smoking weed after you've quit or beat your weed addiction for a period of time? And I want to answer that question by responding to a community member's comment that they left on our channel. And there's no hard feelings on this question. It's a legitimate question, and I want to have a legitimate answer for you. Honestly, dude, I think you're overreacting. Weed is addictive, 100%. That's nice they agreed. But if you smoke once a month or once a week or once a year, it's not a big deal. I would fully agree with you. I get that you will then always want to smoke more, but if you can control that and have discipline, you are good. They said you are God, but I think they meant to say you are good. Now, there's one thing that I just want to say right off the bat. If I'm going to smoke weed once and then I'm going to wait an entire week or an entire month or an entire year to smoke again, and I'm craving it that entire time because I have an addiction, that sounds so miserable to me. Because if I like something and I enjoy something, I want to constantly partake in that something. I don't want to have to deprive myself for a week at a time, a year at a time, a month at a time. That sounds super, super stressful to me. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing that I want to say is when you have an addiction, and this is really the motto behind the idea of addiction mindset, you have an all-in, become obsessed type of mentality. For me, moderation never worked in any aspect of my life. I was never known to be a moderate person. That's why I'm in my own business for myself, I think. That's why I have the relationship that I have today. It took me 75 Bumble and Tinder dates to meet my wife. I went on 75 dates in a very, very short amount of time. I don't understand moderation. When I gain weight, I balloon up to about 160, 170 pounds. I'm only like 5'4", 5'5". When I lose weight, I drop down to 145, 150, like that. I don't understand moderation. I have an all-in type of mentality. And now listen, that can be a blessing or a curse, okay? Blessing or a curse. It all depends on how you use it. I was all in on nicotine. I was all in on weed. I was all in on porn. I was all in on Monster energy drinks, white can, sugar-free. I've made the conscious decision now to go all in on my addiction mindset recovery coaching business. I am all in on helping people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content. I decided to go all in on my relationship. I decided to go all in on my finances and savings and investments. I decided to go all in on my hobbies. I like shooting, pew pew. Colt Python 357 Magnum.
Let's see, I can't.
With 38 special. I decided to go all in on YouTube. I love learning about video equipment and microphones and editing videos. I've made a decision to use that obsessive mentality that I have and make it work to my benefit versus my destruction. Now listen, I've tried moderating my use a million times in the past. I'm only going to smoke, dry herb, no more carts. I'm only going to smoke carts, no more dry herb. I'm only going to use nicotine. I'm not going to use weed anymore. I'm just going to drink beer on the weekends and not use nicotine or weed. Every time I tried that, what I was doing was placing a set of rules or restrictions on myself, and being the type of person that I am, and most likely the same type of person that you are, you're going to want to break those rules or those restrictions. And there's nothing more stressful than constantly breaking promises that you made to yourself. And even worse, this leads to a certain level of indecision. And indecision is one of the worst feelings in the world. It was much easier for me to say, I'm done with weed and I'm never smoking again. I don't care what type, I don't care what situation, I don't care. I'm never smoking again. Boom, I was decisive in my decision. Now I didn't have to do that back and forth battle. When can I smoke again? Where can I smoke again? Does this special occasion justify me smoking again? No, I made the decision and I stuck to it. And it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my 32 years of existence to date. Marrying Taylor, my wife, was also a really great decision too. Shout out to her. She'd be mad if she heard that. No, she wouldn't. She supports me. But do you guys get what I'm saying? It's easier to be decisive. Being indecisive is stressful. And if you keep layering on that stress of indecision, what are you going to do? You're going to smoke more. You don't want to follow rules that you set forth to yourself. No one wants to do that. You're going to want to break them. For those of you that have been following me, you guys know I started a carnivore diet. This diet basically says you only eat carnivorous animals, eggs, meat, poultry, fish, and some limited fruits. That's what I'm following. This is an all-in type of thing for me. Okay, this is what I'm doing. This is the only foods I'm consuming for the next period of time. And guess what? It worked like a charm for me. It's working like a charm. You have to recognize certain things about yourself if you struggle with addiction. And then you have to take those personality traits, that all-in obsessive mentality, which I guarantee you we share, and you have to make it work for you, not against you. Once I get addicted to something, I have very little power over that something. But I have a heck of a lot of power choosing what it is I'm going to become addicted to. And I'll be damned if I'm going to go year to year, week to week, month to month, just waiting, just fiending to get my next smoke. Why would I use my brain power to do that when I can use this energy, this effort, this drive to make more videos, to motivate people to quit, to help people to change their lives, to help people to be more productive, to help people to feel better? Why would I do that? Why would I put myself in a position to go back to smoking? Why? Why would I put myself through that stress? And I'm not saying this in an angry way. I'm glad you asked me this question because I think it's on a lot of people's minds. And I'm glad that we're getting a chance to talk about it. But you guys have the same talents, the same skill sets I have. Every person who has struggled with addiction has these traits. That's why we relate when you're listening to me talk. That's why it feels like I'm talking directly to you in some of my videos. Because I am. Me and you, we're not that different. I just need you to start using these skills to obsess over things that you want to be obsessed with, to obsess over things that move your life in a better direction. And it's going to be hard, and it's going to take time, and it's going to take a lot of work. But I'm telling you guys, it's awesome once you start to get momentum in this process of sobriety and recovery. It's incredible. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be sitting here making these videos. I hope that answers your question, my friend. Addiction, the definition of addiction is not being able to do moderation. And you know what? I'm happy I can't do moderation because my lack of moderation has allowed me to build a passion for my career and my relationships and my hobbies that I think some people may never have the opportunity to experience in their lives. I was very passionate about drugs, and I've now learned to take that passion into other things, and that's what I try and teach you guys to do every day here on this channel. So let me know today, what are you going all in on? Today's date, it's March 12th. What are you going all in on? What are you doing? I want to know in the comments below. I'm going to head to the comments and I'm going to read them and I'm going to respond to you guys, and I look forward to it. I'll see you guys there.